For today's vlog, me and Sam took a little trip up to Lion's Den Nature Preserve, which is this beautiful nature preserve that's on the lake that has lots of really cool bluffs. It's very, very pretty. And on our journey there, it took about, I'd say, 45 minutes to drive there, and we took a few back roads, but it was a pretty long journey overall. After pulling into the park and finding a parking spot, we decided to take a short little out and back type thing next to this little pond type thing. It's hard to describe, but it was on a boardwalk. It was almost like a marsh near the lake, I guess, just to do something else before we got to the actual lake part. It was kind of gross. It was covered with all this green stuff, kind of weird. After that, we finally got onto the main trail for the park, which takes you a little bit along the lake, which is called Lion's Den Trail. Once we got there, there was immediately a nice view of the bluffs and the beautiful lake, which had a really cool color by the coastline, and it was like this nice light blue aqua thing, which it looked really, really nice. After you take Lion's Den Trail, there's this couple of stairways down to the beach where you can swim at, but since it was a little bit colder to swim, with the wind it was probably about 20 Celsius, about 60 or so Fahrenheit, so a little bit too cold to swim today. As you can see here, there's some beautiful views of the lake and the bluffs that kind of go as far as the eye can see, at least where we are right now. Here is Sam walking really weird, kind of weird champ Sam, kind of weird. We continued hiking, and after a little bit, I found this little pretty unpaved unofficial trail that took you down to a cool view. I decided to do it. It was definitely worth it. It was a really cool view of a nice bluff in the lake. It was also really rough, like there was so many thorns and like scratching branches and stuff, and that wasn't very fun, and my legs were really itchy afterwards. We found a bench and Sam tried to use it to show off his fat dumpy, but instead I decided to look at the cool bluff on the other side. After continuing hiking for a little while, we finally got to those stairs that took you from those points that you saw earlier in the video, basically straight down into the actual beach area. The way down crosses over a river, which I decided to be cool and epic and parkour over. Finally, we had arrived to the actual beach / lakefront part. The wind was super heavy and it was blowing towards us at the coast, so that's why these waves are a lot bigger than you normally see them, because the wind was blowing them straight towards us. We decided to walk up a little bit. It was turning into high tide, so we had to be careful, but Sam decided to throw a few rocks, and that was really quirky of him. It was just so quirky today. He decided to run to the water and run away from it so his feet wouldn't get wet. And then both of us did the same. I tried to record it, but it didn't actually end so well for me. My foot got caught in like a giant, like a little wave of water, so my foot was soaked for the rest of like the day and the hike, which is not fun. But it was worth it for the vlog. We went way farther up the coast and found this cool teensy waterfall and a nice little tree. We decided to make our journey back, but it was a very nice time to just be able to enjoy the lake and all the waves and the wind and the sun of what we could have. It was a fun little time messing around at the lake too. I would have recorded more on the way home, but Sam would literally not stop talking. Like, oh my god, Sam, could you actually shut up? Oh my god. All in all, Lions Den is one of my favorite parks in the area and probably the best park you can find in the Milwaukee area. Fun time.